Alright, so let's just see this drop.
It's there.
Right
That's
there.
where
What's happening, guys?
It's right in the. Okay.
But this is what's happening with you guys. A lot of you guys will drop anywhere, and you'll rewind.
And then you're rewinding forever.
And the minute you hear, you're like, I'm there.
Yeah.
Instead of going all the way.
But it's not
No.
like that fifth time. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my
Yeah.
god.
No,
where
no,
is
you
it?
gotta keep rewinding. So I know I passed it.
Meanwhile, it's like, Mr. President's got something to say.
Yeah, you're right. And you're like, shit.
You're like, where is the sound?
So watch me cue it up
I'm
on.
walking to DC. Like, oh.
Watch me cue it up here, guys.
Okay. Okay. I'm just gonna do that over and over again.
You just gotta get on the groove.
Gotta get on the groove. Okay.
Okay, can we go again?
Yeah, you guys are gonna go again. No. That's just something I gotta do though. Before we go again. A couple of things. Can you pass me that, please? And the stickers. So.
Are we getting stickers?
So
Are these the new records?
the new records came.
Uh-oh.
The new
Let's
records
not
came.
practice.
Yeah.
I got some.
Oh.
So.
How many of the new records are there?
I actually had to order these.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a good song. I had to order these because you can't find these in vintage record shops anymore.
Right.
So these came from like Europe. So
Thanks for putting us on.
we're gonna use these for maybe tomorrow we'll just introduce these.
Look at
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
but they're
They're so
pristine.
pretty.
You know what?
I mean,
Honestly,
they
I can
got-
see the groove better on
Yeah.
A few
these.
scratches, but
Yeah.
other
Like,
than that, it's like.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the groove is much
Yeah.
easier to see.
I can see the groove
my
way
makeup
better.
in it.
All right. So what I want to do for you guys today, real quick,
Yeah.
before we get you back on, is two things. We're just gonna talk about. Wow, this is funny because I feel so old because I have stickers in front of me, and
Oh, you're about to put the stickers on.
yeah. And guys, actually, like the juxtaposition of these stickers and these pads is just stark. Because back in my day, I feel so old.
Back in my day.
Back in my day. What I would do. Just go inside. So now with mixers like this is the Rane TTM57 MK2, right? This mixer when it first hit the market ran about $2,000, right? So you guys are gonna learn this next week, literally next next Wednesday, okay? We're gonna learn how to work Serato DJ, okay? Now these pads allow you to cue up to the start point or any spot in a song within the press of a button,
Yeah.
okay? Back in my day, what I had to do is use stickers, right? So I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna show you guys how to mark the record, okay? So you have two stickers. One sticker, we're gonna use this here. One sticker,
See these as cheating or no?
that's totally
Yeah.
cheating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's totally cheating. But it's like the analogy that I used the first day of class. You guys are learning how to do the math with a pencil and a paper.
Right.
Once you prove to me you could do the math, then I'll let you use the calculator, okay?
Yeah.
So there are two stickers that we need to put on this record, okay?
First beat and then when the voice starts.
Right, or when the beat starts,
Yeah.
so, right? So this sticker that I'm gonna put is gonna serve as my guide,
Yeah.
all right? So I set it, I wanna cue up the one on Big Beat. So I stop the turntable, and I'm gonna take this sticker, and where am I gonna put it, you think?
Over the side one.
But if this were a clock, where am I gonna put
12.
it? 12
Yeah,
o'clock,
12.
right? Because I like seeing it at 12. right, so now we gotta do the same thing for the opposite turntable.
So I'm using vintage stamps to like.
Anything, like
Whatever works.
whatever works. I used to buy a lot of cassette tapes, so I would take the labels from the cassette tapes.
Is that what that?
Right, that's a label from the cassette tape that I still have, right? So, we're gonna put this one where?
12.
And why would I put this one at 12?
So you can match.
Right, so you could, your eyes won't get confused, right? So, 12 o'clock.
And that's because.
I personally like to see the mark at 12.
Yeah.
There are DJs that like to see the mark pointed
the
towards the
side,
needle.
yeah.
Right. When you guys start using Serato, you can point the mark wherever you want. All right?
And the reason you make the mark is because they don't put the labels on the.
Right.
Like
It's
Yeah.
well, there's no mark. Like these records, when they were pressed up, they
It
weren't.
could be like that or like
Yeah,
that.
right, exactly. So it's not like these records were pressed with the intentions of us manipulating them the way we are in this
Right.
class. So the resourcefulness of DJs that I looked up to, like Flash, Theodore, for them to know, all right, for me to track this song and follow my sounds, why don't I just use a Sharpie or a magic marker or a piece of tape to use as my guide? And this is where we got that aspect of DJing from, that approach. So what I'm gonna do now is this though. This is what I haven't done on the old records that we were practicing on. If I were, let's say, competing at a DJ competition, I need to be able to get to my sounds within seconds. Like you guys are experiencing practicing for the challenge, you only have 2 minutes. And you see how long it takes using your headphones to swap records and cue up the next sound. So what we would do, this is an approach that DJs from my era, like the late 80s, early 90s would take. We would take another piece of tape and literally put it on the groove.
So you literally put it right.
Exactly.
So then it just
Exactly.
throws it.
So watch, check this out,
But it
guys.
renders the record useless from that song.
Well, just the song that the tape is on, it renders that song useless. But Big Beat,
That's what we want.
yeah, that's what we want, exactly.
I was just thinking if you had some wax that had multiple songs
Right.
that you like to run with.
So check this out, guys. Check this out.
Okay.
Watch how I do this, all right? Now, the trick is this. See, I leave a part, like the end part of the tape up in case I got it wrong and I could just take it off.
Yeah.
Right? So let's see if I got it right now. Jen looks confused. So Jen, I put a piece of tape where the big beat starts, right? So look, check it out. Look.
That's crazy.
Huh?
Why does it
We're
make,
gonna use those.
No, no, I'm gonna take it off. I'm gonna take it off.
why does it make that noise?
One of the stickers.
Because it's just, the sticker is rubbing against the needle.
And
Yeah.
that's the noise.
But then you
Right.
know.
But check this out, guys. Watch. Without headphones now, right? Watch this. Okay, let's just say the challenge was loop impeach the president and then swap to Big B. Are you guys following me?
Yeah.
All right, so check this out. All right, so I'm gonna drop the right turntable, then I'm gonna drop the left, and then I'm gonna swap records. Okay, watch. And I'm not using headphones, right?
Yeah.
This over here. So check it out. See? Without headphones.
Cool.
That's the beauty of the
That's,
sticker.
That's so cool.
Sick, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take this off because we're not gonna use it. And actually, it's fitting that the records. It's fitting that the records came to me today, and that I was able to show you the little sticker trick, because now you have this little gadget. Looks like a USB that you just stick in the spindle part of the turntable, and you don't need the tone arm. Like, the needle becomes obsolete. What do you think about that? Going off your experience in this class.
I don't know how it works, first off.
Yeah.
Like, what? How can you take it off?
It
the
tries
thing?
to
Wasn't,
spinning.
you don't need the turntable either if you
No.
could.
So what? Say it,
No, it
Melissa.
tracks the spinning. So this is what blew my mind the
I was
most,
impressed.
is that when he picked it up and turned around.
Yeah.
No. But how
My
does
first
that-
thought was like the fucking body tricks that you could do.
Yeah.
Throwing
But
it off
then
and like.
how?
But then it also
He was cooking the
that's not
fader.
DJing.
One at a time. One at a time. So that's a good point.
Should you write these down?
Wow, like, you could now expand the kind of crazy body tricks and turntable wizardry that you see DJs like myself do, and maybe you guys if you keep on with this. Now, Lex, you were gonna say
It
something.
wouldn't, like, we wouldn't break the needles, or like as much, like we could rewind on the outside now.
Uh-huh.
It's like in the middle.
Right.
So we could just like play songs like the big beat that are closer to the.
And not worry about breaking the needle. Rachel, were you gonna say something?
Oh no, I mean like a couple things, but like the first thing that really stood out to me was like, it's weird because this is what I think of, just like
that's a different thing.
Yeah, that's not.
it's yeah, I don't know.
Rylan.
When I saw it, it was almost like it's like skiing, but instead of having two skis, you just blended the ski together, and then you're going down the hill. It's like the same thing.
Yeah.
No, because snowboarding's like this. I'm saying you're going down the hill like this. So it's now using the same ideas, and it's like
Yeah.
it's not even
It's
this, it's not even DJing anymore.
Yeah, it's just
my
like a
opinion.
separate thing. Like,
like
we can accept
skateboarding
it,
and,
but I just wouldn't accept it as the same thing. It can be a different type of art.
Because you're taking away like this. If you want to make the ski analogy, you're taking away the skis. Like you're taking away the tone arm from the DJ.
Yeah.
It's like skateboarding and longboarding, like, cause like
They're similar, but they're not the same.
yeah, they're similar, but they're like in practice, they're very different.
Yeah, they're different.
And like the way that you like ride them is different, and I
Right.
feel like I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, but what about what Jazzy Jeff was saying about how it takes away how careful you have to be around turntables? And how he was saying
He
would
like
have
threw
to,
it. He was like picking it up and dropping it.
Well, but he was saying how he would have to, like, he'd be playing gigs with CDJ people, and he would literally have to have the stagehands, like, reconfigure the whole setup because you couldn't have the same type of sounds coming through, it would mess up the needle.
Yeah. This is what I was saying, and I'll let you guys get back. And everyone said some cool, interesting things. I like that you guys. One thing I really appreciate about this class specifically is you guys also are interested about just the philosophy behind this art. You guys ask great questions, you make great points, and I really like that. And that's why I wanted you to really look at that video. Here's what I'll say with regards to that phase gizmo.
The gizmo. That's
It's
what
a
he
gizmo.
really hates it. He's
It's
like,
a
oh,
gizmo.
yes, gizmo.
It's a gizmo. Here's my take. Yes, it does make DJing easier. It does. But Jazzy Jeff, for example, whom I have immense respect for, didn't build his instincts nor his name on a gadget like that.
Right.
Jazzy Jeff is Jazzy Jeff because he dealt
With that.
with
Yeah.
scratching the record the way Lily did. Or, and I'm not saying that, Lily, here's my thing. Lily, you know what? Hold up, guys, hold up. No, hold up. Guys, if, Lily, you know how many records I've scratched? You know, I have a song called Rock the Bells by LL Cool J that I have a routine with. And I kid you not, Lily, I have about 20 copies of that record. And they all have been through it. Scratched, I've dropped them. I have records that are cracked. And I gotta go back to the record store and buy 2 more copies
Hey
of this
Rob,
vinyl.
good to see you again.
Yeah, exactly.
You're like,
Exactly.
What we do is like a lot of DJs like, or not a lot, but like I know like older DJs would have like collections. They would like go to like vinyl stores just to find like weird, like random, like rare records.
Yeah.
What would you do when you like broke or scratched one of those?
You don't have a record?
You go out on another excursion and find that record again.
Yeah.
And the sense of accomplishment and excitement when you do find that record makes it so that when you play it, something comes over you as you're playing that song for people that you just don't get when you click on an MP3 in a laptop. So my point to you, Lily, and everyone else is scratching the record is a part of the learning process of this whole art form.
Yeah.
When we started the Jam Master J practices, the challenge, I told you guys we're gonna break a needle or two and we're gonna scratch some records. I already knew what was coming. You know what I mean? So it's like, if Jeff started out DJing with a phase gizmo or mixer that has pads, he wouldn't be Jazzy Jeff.
Yeah.
He'd be just the average run-of-the-mill
He'd just
DJ. Yeah, he'd just be Jeff.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. Exactly. I've developed the reputation that I have because when I battled, I used vinyl. And the thing about it is this, guys. So now, let's say there's this gizmo and everyone buys it, and now everyone can DJ and no one makes mistakes. How is that going to separate one DJ from
Yeah.
another DJ?
Yeah.
The reason I was able to stand out and make a name for myself is because I used vinyl and I didn't fucking make mistakes. And if I was battling against another DJ, if I was competing against another DJ, it was about whether or not, if he made a mistake, could he recover as quickly as I did in my round? And the person that made the less mistakes, that had the touch to get through the round as smoothly as possible, won. Now, there's no way to differentiate one DJ skill from another because we have this technology that takes away the human element of DJing.
Yeah.
Like, having a gadget on a record that allows you to not make the record skip, to me, is unnatural.
Yeah.
The record skipping is natural to DJing. And from it skipping, that's where you develop the instincts, the technique. Your technique gets better. Half of you guys were hitting the needle when we first started this challenge. Now, rarely does that happen anymore because you've developed the technique. So, were you gonna say something?
Oh no, I was just gonna say it felt like one of those like infomercial products, but for DJing.
Yeah, it's
And I don't
exactly
know,
what it was.
Like, and I just got like freaked out because I feel like, you know how we have spell check now, and so
Right.
basically almost like nobody can really spell. Like I feel like that's how it's gonna get for
So
DJing,
true.
and then like you can't really really have an archive. You can't really have like. I don't know.
You can't have an archive or an art.
Yeah, you can.
You can't have an art when the equipment is basically doing the artistic part of this art for you.
Yeah.
That means the coder who created that object is the artist.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
It's not
exactly.
you.
Yeah.
It's the person
And
who
look,
did that.
That's.
I'm gonna get you guys on. Look, I understand that like we live in a technological age. And I'll be the first one to admit that I'm set in my ways with regards to DJing. That being said, I know what it took for me to develop my technique. And no piece of equipment or technological advancement ever taught me. I learned from the mistakes. And that's the beauty of the turntable, is that it's an imperfect machine. And you have to figure out a way to manipulate it and control it so that it works with you. You know? And all of you guys, I've seen you guys all grow in this class in the last couple of weeks. Months, since August. You know, I remember how crazy you guys would look like queuing up the one on Super Seal, and now you do it without even thinking. You know what I mean? Like, if I taught you guys on Serato first, you wouldn't be able to go to records. And that's the last point I want to make. It's that I know that now we're used to doing things on our phones, and if we get lost, we have navigation. But you could choose to take the easy path so that things don't come hard, but you're not really learning much about yourself or that whatever that journey is, taking the easy path. It's taking the hard way that you learn about yourself and you get better and smarter about things. You know what I mean? So back to that math analogy. If I taught you guys math on a calculator first, you wouldn't be able to do the work with a pencil and paper. And then I'm failing you as a teacher, as a mentor. So, you know, after you graduate from this class, dive into all the technology. Alyssa, I know you have controllers. You're gonna be even more of a master on controllers now that you've learned all these techniques on turntables. But never let the machinery dictate what happens within this area, ever. You know? So yeah, that's my little old timer spiel. And now we're gonna get back to the challenge.
It's similar in the film department. I mean, it should be, because I feel like everyone should learn how to shoot analog before digital.
Yes.
And I learned how to shoot on 16 millimeter, which like, and then you have to like expose the film right, get the right ISO. Otherwise you're like, nothing is gonna come out, but it's like a guessing game and you spend a lot of money doing it.
Yeah.
But like, I felt like that was so much helpful, shooting analog and then shooting digital, but like everybody just shoots digital
now. And they think that they're a pro.
Yeah,
Like, oh, yeah, right.
shooting analog is like so much more rewarding, and then you get the footage back and like you can see what you did. Like it should be similar like that.
It also
in that
looks
department.
really nice.
Yeah.
And it looks better. And it looks better.
Yeah.
And like you said, it's rewarding. Like
Yeah.
you know you're doing this.
Yeah.
And you're using your skill set.
Yeah.
So technology, man, it's a scary thing.
Also, I feel like even with like the new technology, like that stuff can be fun, but if you haven't learned like where it came from and the way it was originally done, you can't really realize like what's available to you when it does get easier. And like I feel like you're more creative when you have
man.
that background, because you realize, since I can't do this, I can do this now, and I have more room to do this, you know.
Yo.
And, like other people don't like realize that.
Rachel, you always say the fucking dopest shit in this class. That's true. Like the thing that a lot of beginners are gonna miss out when they watch that video of Jeff pushing this product is this. They're gonna be like, Jazzy Jeff, phase. If I get it, I'll be like Jazzy Jeff. And then they're gonna miss out on the fact that Jeff could put that contraption on the spindle of the turntable and kill it because of the skill he built before the contraption was even made. The intuition that he built by using a record. So now all of that just transfers over to the controller or phase or whatever it is. So yes, it's crazy, man. And I really feel like my art that has taken me so far, this culture of DJing that has brought me here to a university and has facilitated this opportunity to teach you guys and pass on what I know, is like in danger, you know, and soon they won't be using turntables anymore. And I don't know, that to me, the fun part is using a turntable, you know?